check one more time before I go for a break. In case this is November 7 Victor Delta for the Arizona SWOT net. Anybody else? Call now.
K7. Good morning, Whiskey 7 Kilo Zulu Mike, checking in, over.
Okay, nice pile up there, guys. Try again, slow down one, please, over.
Kilo 7, Victor November Echo.
Alright, got you there, Vince. How you doing? You built?
It'll be at 8 o'clock, so I gotta get off my rear end and clean the house.
I'm back. I'm here.
Good morning, Whiskey 7 Kilo Zulu Mike, good morning, over. Still here, how you doing? I've been working with a little preamplifier and it doesn't seem to work, so I took it off and I'm hoping you can hear me now.
Yeah, Roger, I can hear you, just up on the loop. I don't have the beam that way, but good copy. Anyway, well, thanks for checking in, and we'll get back to you. Anybody else? There's on SWOT net. Please call now.
K7EME.
You're already checked in. Pick it up there, Doug. Sorry, N7VD.
Yeah, I know you're on the loop. I was out toward Dan, and but anyway, you're doing such a good job. I appreciate it. No problem. Got the stream up. So good morning to everybody on the live stream. Good morning, Chuck. Great to have you on board, and everyone who's checked in so far. I'm looking at the aircraft. We had one that was good for Dan there a couple minutes ago, but you guys were having so much fun, I didn't try to call over that way, and I don't think he's lurking yet, so he may not be on yet. Anyways, so yeah, hey, what a great day yesterday. Fantastic. I got 9 hours of sleep last night, and so it's awesome. And thanks, Steve, for letting me know that the live stream is up and running and sounding good. So no need to mess with that anymore. So without further ado, let's continue on getting the guys checked in here. So K7EME, I am toward Phoenix. So go ahead. Who's also out there? Hey, you did such a good job. You got them all. K7EME.
Well, what can I say? You get lucky every now and then. Anyway, just got back from walking harbor and sat down. Thought, well, Al and Steve were chattering here, so we thought we'd just start everything going for you.
Yeah, I know. I came in here and I could hear Al, but I couldn't hear Steve, and I thought it was because I had my antenna over toward Silver City, but I could hear him pretty good. And come to find out, I had disconnected my antenna for the lightning storms we had earlier this week. So, Al, I think your amplifier's working good. Could he copy you Q5 100% without an antenna?
Yeah, but were you getting out at all?
Oh, I didn't try to transmit. I kind of looked over and I saw before I tried to transmit that I was disconnected.
Yeah, Roger. I wanted to say good morning, Chuck. I sent one on the AIM window there too. But yeah, it'll be good to have you back in town here. We missed you over the weekend. And anyway, hey, there's a guy. His name's Jim. Goes by Huckleberry Drake, and he sent me an e-card this morning. On the computer, his call sign is Kilo Nancy 6 SJ something or other. I can't remember right now. Anyway, does anybody know who this guy is? Was he sitting across the table at lunch from me yesterday? Anyway, just, put in the back of your minds and see if you know Jim Huckleberry Drake. So, I'm trying to figure that one out. Doing some detective work here, and I've run out of leads. Hey, and Doug, do we need to point over towards Silver City?
There's nothing. Well, you might have a plane, but I have nothing. There's nothing for a little bit here. So, and I don't see Dan on the stream yet. So I think we're good so far, but I'm keeping an eye on it.
Good morning, W5RCQ.
Morning, Jerry. How you doing this morning?
Hey, I'm recovering from all that walking yesterday, but I'm doing terrific.
Yeah, got lots of steps in, did you?
I did. I don't count mine, but I probably should be. But had a good time and good thought meet, and looking forward to the next one 2 weeks away.
Yes, I think. I'll head up for that one. Certainly, Al's got something going on, but definitely going to be up for that one. And then we got the other one down here, the first of the two Tucson Hamfest every year. So that'll be coming up. And so yeah, we'll have a weekend off, and then we'll go catch the DeVry and do it all over again. It sure was a great time. Good idea to get that group picture, because we haven't had one of those, and we'll when we get that banner, we'll do another one and post all those up on the SWOT web page. And it certainly is a lot easier to get everybody together when we have a central sort of row of tables. That eliminates having to all kind of wander over to a certain corner of the Hamfest at 9 o'clock or whatever, and try to see everybody. Because this way, you can wander by at your leisure, and we get a chance to meet and talk to everybody. So it's turning out to be a good system there. So anyway, let's see. Anybody else out there wanting to check into the Arizona SWOTnet this morning? K7EME.
W7WHB.
Good morning, Steve. W7WHB. How you doing this morning there?
Oh, we're doing fine so far. We just trying to pry these eyelids open. QSL.
All right. Well, go find some toothpicks in the kitchen and prop them open. Get some coffee, and we'll pick up with you there. I think you're the first of the Gilbert boys to get in here, so you beat everybody else.
Oh, Roger. Okay, we'll take that. We'll take number one in yours, so we'll be standing.
Good.
K7HM.
Well, you barely missed being number one there, Lynn.
That's okay. Did Steve sound a little off frequency, or is that my radio?
I thought he did too, just a slight bit. Yes, I did notice that.
Okay, I'll give you an heck for it. Not on yet. Sound a little low, Steve.
It does sound just a wee bit off there, Steve, but I don't know. Maybe you got the RIT engaged or something. Anyway, you're excused. You got to wake up yet.
Okay, the Bogart's warming up. That's the problem.
Okay, you're spot on now.
Yeah, his Bogart needs some coffee.
Get old Leo going.
Right. Yeah, sometimes, especially when it's cloudy out, and mine, the antenna's inside, you have to go through the house, but mine usually takes 30, maybe even 60 seconds to lock, but it stays locked pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not using mine lately since I'm not using the 9700, but I've always had really good success with that locking on. I'm on one of the Chinese units now, and it'll take a little bit. But you know what? This time of year, as we get close to the solstice, the sun gets close to the same orbit as the GPS satellites, and so sometimes you get a little bit of interference, and we're coming up on on that here this next week.
Yeah, Roger, I can understand. Anyway, you may have your antenna outside too. When I have the one on the portal unit, it locks in seconds.
Yeah, no, I don't. I've just got it in the window here in the shack, but yeah, I mean it is in a window. It's not inside the shack, so that probably makes a difference as well. Anyway, so it's all good. It's all good. We got them, and eventually they lock up and get us all corralled on frequency. Let's see. Anybody else out there? K7EME.
Doug, I think Dan was in there.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, there's a plane coming right up. Let me swing over there. Go ahead and pick him up, Al.
Okay. W7KMV, W7KMV, K7ZYP. Dan, you around? Yeah, good morning. Hey, yeah, I could hear you calling there underneath Doug and the other guys that were talking. So, yeah, you've got a good signal, very nice signal. How's it going today? Yeah, Roger. Hey, we had a great time at the Hamfest yesterday. Great time. By the way, you're S8, S9, something like that. Nice copy. We had a great time at the Hamfest. Over. Yeah, it was little chilly in the morning. We had a lot of ground fog going up through Casa Grande, and could hardly see anything there for a little bit. But it was a good day. Coming back, traffic was really heavy. Kept slowing down and speeding up, slowing down. That was bizarre. I never seen anything like that before, and we never could figure out why. But anyway, it was a great day. Saw a whole bunch of good people. Hey, Doug, you copying Den?
Oh, yeah, I've got him in there. He's a little bit light, but there's a couple planes coming into the sweet spot. How you copy, Dan, over?
I've copied you okay, Doug. Still a week, but it's readable right now. And yeah, there's I think it's an Airbus coming across right now, which should be good because it's a little closer to me. So good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, good solid copy. Not real strong yet, but yeah, they're they're coming up a little further there into the good spot. So yeah, good day yesterday at the Hamfest. We pretty much cleaned out most of the rest of the peat stuff. I think the rest will go to eBay, and so we're done. We're done with that. Thank goodness. But it was a great. We've got a banner. I'll have to tell you about that for SWOT coming up here. Robert and got that going, and so it's we got a lot of changes over here, man.
That's good. Sounds great. So you going to be on this evening?
Yes, I will. Yeah, I'll get on 3695 this evening, Roger.
Okay, well, that sounds good. Plan on being there too. It'll be a 2 hour difference. I get to sneak in a little bit on Sunday morning,
Yeah, yeah, nice to be able to sleep in. Well, yeah, no, yeah. Of course, we don't get that, but we don't have to also lose sleep in the fall. So, yeah, no complaints there. So very good. Let's see. Is anybody else copying? Dan wants to give him a try here out in New Mexico. Yeah, no takers there, Den, this morning. But if you're going to hang out and you start to see something coming on, just shoot a message on AIM, and if it looks like a good path to Phoenix or something. Yeah, I've lost him now. All right, so there's a good example of air scatter, guys. You just got to hit those planes when they're good. But we had a nice path this morning with a group of little planes there. One little one, but that was nice and not super strong for me. But it just depends on how they all line up. Anyway, I'm glad we got Dan in there. So with that, I'm back on the Phoenix area. Anybody else wishing to check in?
Dougie's still out there. He's still out there, over.
Well, go ahead. I've got my antenna. Go ahead and wrap it up with him.
Okay, very good. Okay, Dan, hey, you have a good day. Doug says 7-3. He's already got his antenna back on Phoenix, and we'll catch you later on. 7-3, catch you on 3695 tonight, over. Okay, Dan, you and Marion have a real good day, and we'll catch you this evening. Back to you, Doug, K7ZYP.
All right, thanks there, Al, and good deal. Yeah, he just disappeared. He was there one second and gone the next. Anyways, over to whoever wants to check in. Anybody else out there? All right, a little bit of a lull there in the action. I'll be standing by.
Yeah, I was listening to him, and he was just talking away, and you said, okay, I lost him, and he was still just talking away, and I'm still hearing him. So that's kind of funny. Anyway, very good. He had a really good signal this morning too. I was really surprised. K7EME, back to net.
Yeah, well, there's still some planes out there that wouldn't help me, but would help you. They're kind of over coming up on Bowie out there, and that that looks like a good path for you. They got to be further north for me, and anyway, it's the luck of the draw with the aircraft there. Anyways, yeah, and your amplifier sounding good there, Al. How's it? How's the grid current and all that performing? You see any glitches at all?
Well, the power output doesn't seem to be as good as it was last week, but I'm looking at it on a meter. Grid current's fine, plate current's fine, but it just doesn't look like it's putting out enough power. But everybody seems to be happy with it. They say they can hear me really good, so I don't know. In fact, it was getting a little better, and then it dropped back off again. I'm just going to let it go the way it is and start looking for another tube, I think, over.
Yeah, that's what's happening. That tube, the big clue is when you key it up, and it like that one time we hit 600 watts with it here at the house, and then immediately it just starts to drop down to 500 and then 450 or so. So it's that's what's happening, and keep an eye out. You'll find one. I will do that as well. I've stopped. I haven't done that lately, but I'm always looking for the FT902DM online, and I will add that to my daily search. So we'll get one of those tubes. Yeah, and have that going. And Chuck says hello, and hello back to Chuck. Looking forward to you getting back up here. And man, it's I'm glad you're getting that mirror just about wrapped up into where it's supposed to go, and I imagine it's going to be a couple of nail biting days. You get those behind you, maneuvering that thing and getting it out of its box. He calls this thing a box that it's in, but it's really quite a quite a excuse me device, big device to maneuver this humongous mirror, and it's only one of many a number of them to come. I don't know, 7 or 8 of them to do there. Anyway, Chuck's on the job, and that mirror will be perfectly mounted. I assure you guys, and it won't be too much longer, and we'll be getting the world will be getting new discoveries with that new mega telescope down there in Chile. Anyways, I see Warren is online. K7CWA. Good morning, Warren.
Yeah, good morning, Doug. This is K7CWA. Been listening for a little while, and I guess not too much to say beyond I'm here.
All right. Well, as always, I'm sure you'll think of something as the day goes on, and great to have you in there. Beautiful, beautiful signal this morning. So great copy. And let's see, anybody else? While I'm at it, anybody else out there?
Morning, Doug. WD7R is here, and glad you made it home okay.
Oh, yeah, we did. We had fun on 432, especially up on, I'll allude to this later, but yeah, the 432 in the Phoenix area is awesome. You know, you're below grade, and the signals are still getting through. So from mobile to mobile, which means that a lot of the time, you know, on the 202 or whatever freeway you're on, you're below grade, and so you know, it does seem to be a nice addition to having that option on mobile. Anyway, and great talking to you, Mike, and. You know, interesting discussing the differences in flight controls between the Airbus and the Boeing models. So that was fascinating. We gotta go to lunch sometime and just go over all this stuff and hang out. I really want to do that sometime.
Yeah, I look forward to that opportunity. There's a nice Mexican place down. And makes salsa, fresh salsa tableside. We'll have to do that sometime. WD.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about there. Yeah, that's always a keeper there, a winner. You never can go wrong at Guadalajara. Yep. Let's see. Anybody else out there?
Did Tucson get rain?
We got. You mean day before yesterday?
No, last night.
You guys got rain up there?
Yeah, I'm shocked. We got a bunch of rain. I had clothes on the line, and they're all soaking wet.
Oh, wow. Gee. No. And as far as I can see, you know what? Looking up north toward you guys, I can see some cumulus clouds up that way, but nothing down here. Bright sunshine. And let me check the rain gauge just to make sure. No, not a drop.
Well, I don't think it was in the forecast, and it definitely surprised me. I wasn't ready for it. Anyway, I'm just curious. But it was great to see everyone yesterday. Had a ball, and the food was good too. WD7R. I'm gonna go grab some coffee, and I'll be back.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, the band is quiet again this week, as it was last week. Maybe not quite as quiet, but it's down there. Definitely, I can see it on the scope. Minus below 120 minus dBm. So it's down there, and not complaining about that. I see Ron is out there. KW7RNX. Ron, are you copying?
Standing by for the message point.
Okay, sounds good. There, Ron, got you on the list. So thank you for checking in. Anyone else? Okay, Jerry. I wonder if you got your glasses on. Jerry says he got 15 inches of rain last night. Hey, Jerry, buddy, you got your glasses on? Oh, that's right. You don't wear glasses. What's going on? 15 inches of rain?
I just made a correction. 0.15 inches of rain. Somehow or other, the decimal point didn't get in there. But 0.15 was pretty good. We had a nice gentle rain, no lightning, no thunder, whatever.
And that's those are the best kind. Well, yeah, we were supposed to get a little bit of rain on Thursday and thunderstorms. We got some of the thunder and lightning, but it didn't. I think it kind of missed us out to the west a little bit, but it did certainly got Phoenix, and it certainly got everywhere between here and there because of the fog yesterday morning. Wow, that was something going through that. It was a little bit of nail biting there for a short while, but still annoying until we got almost to South Mountain, and then the fog parted, and in the space of about 5 seconds, all of a sudden, South Mountain with all the red lights on the towers were just laid out right in front of us. It's like the curtain went up, and I didn't realize we were as close as we were. Anyways, sounds good. Yeah, I see Bill up there in Kingman is online on NetLogger. I don't know if he's listening to the live stream, but Bill, if you are, send me a note on the instant messaging, and I'll aim up your way. I saw that you were trying to check in on 222, and I know Robert was calling your way, but didn't hear you last Friday. Anyway, hope you're listening on the live stream. K7EME. Anybody else out there? Yeah, stand by, Troy. I'm not on you here. KK7BV, are you listening on RF here on 2 meters? KK7 Bravo Victor up in Kingman, K7EME. Yeah, good copy there, Bill. Nice to hear you there. How you doing up there? You got some rain up there. Okay, well, yeah, we missed all that down here, but Phoenix got it. So I'm glad to hear that you got some rain. And I did want to pass along. I didn't have my antenna on you, but they were trying to pull you in on 222 last Friday. Okay, you dropped down there a little bit of QSB that time, so I'm not copying it at the moment there. But anyway, we got you on the list, and I wonder if anybody in Phoenix, why don't you guys try pointing up toward Kingman, especially you there, Robert, if maybe you already are. See if you can pick up Bill there.
Oh, yeah, KK7BV for KK7BV. November 7, Victor Delta, good copy here. Over.
Yeah, I get 5 and 9 up here in Kingman.
All right, fantastic. Anyway, sorry, I did see you online on NetLogger, and we did give you a call, but we didn't get anything. So you said your transverter's not working properly?
That is what I think. I bought it pre-built, somebody else's pre-built kit, and it's always sort of suspect.
Okay, well, very good. I encourage you to get it fixed, and we'd love to have you on here. We don't have anybody up that way, so I really, really appreciate you trying it there. Over.
Okay, will do. We'll see what we can do.
All right, fantastic. Anyway, back to that. K7EME and 7VD.
Yeah, Bill, you hit S7 there. We must have got a little bit of aircraft enhancement, but you were up to S7. All right. Well, thanks for checking in, Bill. I don't know. Are you going to be able to stick around? Do you still copy me? I can see a trace on, but I've lost him now. Robert, can you see if he's sticking around?
KK7BV, K7ZYP, Delta Mike 41, over. KK7BV, KK7BV, K7ZYP, Delta Mike 41. Yeah, it's K7ZYP, Kilowatt 7, Zulu Yankee Papa, just south of Doug, over. Yeah, I've got you about I'd say a 4 and 1 down here in Delta Mike 41, over. Yeah, Roger, probably could be. Okay, well, very good there, John. Yeah, I've been listening to you for a couple of years now, and I think I worked you one time before. But anyway, hey, you have a good day up there. 7373 K7ZYP.
Yeah, I got you now there, Bill. 7-3s, thanks for stopping by.
You doubled, Doug.
7-3s, Bill, thanks for stopping by.
Doubled again.
Hey, Doug, do I have it?
You got it.
Anyway, I hear him pretty much consistently, at least 5-3, 5-4. So give it to me when it's his turn, and I'll relay his comments. Over.
Yeah, go right ahead, Robert. You got it.
No, I'm saying when it comes his turn, I will get him in here. Over.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, because I'm kind of relying on air scatter a little bit here. Yeah, that'll help. I will do that.
No problem. Anyway, good hearing you, John. Sounds good. Then we'll catch you, or Bill, actually, we'll catch you soon. Back to you, Doug, and 780.
Yeah, let's move him up near the front of the list so that he doesn't have to wait around so long.
Okay, will do.
Yeah, that'll help because I know he can't hear. It's a lot of dead air up there in Kingman, so he can't hear most of the guys. So that'll work. And let me move off of Kingman here, and I'm going to head a little more over toward Troy there. WA7ELN. I didn't forget about you, but we had Bill there. Go ahead, Troy. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Doug and everybody. We just thought we would hear how the swap meet went yesterday. If anybody got any good bargains or anything. I obviously didn't do much yesterday because I didn't go. So we'll just kind of be listening for all those comments. WA711.
All right, sounds good, Troy. And yeah, my comment would be that it was lightly attended, both vendors and buyers alike. I don't know. We'll hear how the other comments are, but I was kind of surprised that there wasn't as much activity there. But myself, I think this is like the third Hamfest in a row I haven't spent any money. I don't know what's wrong. I think I need to go to the doctor. Anyway, got you in there, Troy. So sounds good. Anybody else wanting to check in?
Hey, Doug, I stepped away for a little bit. It's WD7R, but I just want to say Troy is the loudest I've ever heard him on Tuesday night's roundtable. He's 5x5 this morning, a solid S5, best signal ever received up here in North Phoenix. So I don't know what he did, but it's probably conditions. But Troy, you're doing good. WD7R.
I went back from the Yason to the Kenwood. There's Mike.
Over to you, Mike. Well, Mike must be doing double duty again this morning, cooking up the big breakfast, big Sunday morning breakfast up there. Anyway, that's great, Troy. They got some rain up there. Maybe that helps. Who knows? We can always postulate over what caused the good conditions, but certainly recently they've been very very good. All right, K7EME for the Arizona SWOTnet, standing by for any more check-ins.
W1GGM.
Good morning, Emil. Good to see you yesterday. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Just got back. So, reconnect everything here tonight. Nothing severe here, but I just had a mistake. After seeing these guys yesterday, I don't know, I cruised out around 9 o'clock and well, that was here and run. So, other than that, didn't see anything that I had to have. Hope we got rid of a bunch of that stuff there today.
All right, very good. I don't think your antenna's quite on me, but solid copy anyway, and no worries there, Emil. So glad you stopped by, and you get up onto go on up to 432 and get those guys at 9 o'clock, and if you're able to get back. So no worries there, Emil.
Yeah, very good. That should be better. I was pointed up to the north, and so okay. I'm running 100 watts, and you're running 1500. I assume. So, anyways, I'm gonna try troubleshooting this linear today. I borrowed a lower power HS slug from Jack yesterday, so I'm gonna put a bird between the exciter and the linear and see what's going on with the power, because I keep upping the power on the Kenwood, and the grid current doesn't go up, so I suspect it's probably folding back, and the power's got to be going somewhere if it's coming out, and I don't think it's coming out, so we'll see what happens, and then I know I'm going to have to open the damn thing up. It's a pain in the butt. I got to move all sorts of stuff around. There's about 40 screws to get the damn cover off the unit, so, and then I hate like hell to poke around inside a linear with all that high voltage with power with the cover open, but we'll see what we find. So very good. I don't have much more. I just got back from the store and get ready to cook some breakfast, and we got people coming over for St. Patrick's Day dinner later. My wife's Irish, and so we always do a pretty big bash. So take care for now. K7EME, W1GGM.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know how the feeling on the on those tube amps. In fact, after I rebuilt Al's, I did not want to fire it up until he was here, because you got to defeat the interlock, and so Al had a big long stick on the interlock, wooden stick, and we turned it on and wait for fireworks, but fortunately this time nothing came. Anyway, so I understand. I totally get it. Let's see. Okay, I got a message from Chuck. I will do that when I'm just looking around and see where my phone is at. And I brought it in here, I thought. I'll find it, Chuck. I'll look for that text. K7EME for the Arizona SWOTnet. Anybody else wanting to check in? Okay, stand by, guys. I'm going to run and get my cell phone. I'll be right back. Yeah, okay. Got your message there, Chuck. I will let folks know about the microwave activity day. And just looking at the picture, guys, Chuck sent a picture of this mirror. And oh my goodness, there's a couple guys walking on the protective surface for scale. And holy cow, what a what a process. Excuse me. It looks like something sort of like stacking rockets on a big scale, big scale. Anyway, I'll stand by here. Let me swing over to the north. I doubt if Lee will be up there with his antenna problems, but K7EME looking to the north. And looking towards the northeast, K7EME. And let's try across the mountains over to Tucson here, K7EME. And all the way as far to the southeast as I can get around the mountains, K7EME. So, Chuck, if you're listening, I will tell everybody about the microwave activity day. Guys, Robert Chuck is going to step in to coordinate those days. Well, since Barry is moving, and so we'll have him in there coordinating that sort of stuff, I guess, and. So I'll announce that again at the beginning of I'll make a note on that at the beginning of the group here. And Chuck, Robert and I were, as we were talking on the way back from Scottsdale, as we were on 432, what a successful test. But we'll talk more about that. But we need you to use your antenna modeling skills to model a phased pair of loops mobile, and see what the spacing would be with a known pair of loops. So that's a project. I know you got plenty on your own, but something to mull around for this summer. So anyway, throw that out there. K7EME for the Arizona SWOTnet.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah, go ahead, Al.
I'm going to check N9OBB, see if he's on. N9OBB, Dan, you out there? I think he was in here last week, but yeah, haven't heard anything from him this morning.
Yeah, I'm just looking on my list from last week. I don't have him there, but that's on my written list, and it could very well be that he was in there. I just didn't get it written down. I recall that you were talking to him. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it could be. Anyway, I don't know. Robert, can you go back and look at last week's list?
Oh, yeah, I will, but I did not hear him this morning, and I don't remember you talking to him this morning, or?
Yeah, Roger, I haven't. I just got to thinking about him. You know, he had bypass surgery and all that stuff, and he ended up back in the hospital a couple of times over.
Yeah, Roger, okay. Let's see here. AZ SWOTnet from 310. Let's see. No, I don't see him on that list. We had 26 check-ins, but, oh, yeah, I'm sorry, it is. Number 9. Yeah, number 9. You talked to him last week, over.
Okay, very good. Yeah, well, I'll keep an ear out for him today. I see RNX got in here. Just trying to keep track of my relay guys that I, help out. So, okay, back to net, K7EME. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem, Al. Yeah, I have trouble with. I don't have problems with Ron anymore since he upped his power down there. I can hear him off the back of the beam here, but Dan, I have to pretty much go to one side or the other of the Tucson Mountains, and that's a long rotation around. Anyway, yeah. So anybody else out there?
Hey, Doug.
Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, we got somebody on the live stream. He goes by Bravo India Lima Victor Oscar Lima Billville. He says hello there. I'm trying to find out what his call sign is and where he's from. I just wondered if maybe you had any ideas.
Yeah. Okay. Great. That's Bill. Excuse me. That's Bill up in Kingman. He's listening on the live stream. So yeah. Good morning, Bill. And yeah, you were up to S7 down here. I don't know if you heard me say that, but it was only briefly with some air scatter, air enhancement. But yeah, thanks for checking out the live stream there. And that's why we did it, was for folks in the outlying areas to be able to kind of listen to what's going on, because I'll tell you, Mike, ND7E was up in Kingman actually a year or two ago, and he made a recording of me picking him up. He was operating portable up there, and he was recorded a long session there, and I was struck by how much dead air there was, and so I that's why we thought about this live stream, and I mentioned it last year at the Flagstaff Hamfest get together, and Chuck NJ6D rolled with it and figured out how to get the software in place so we could do that, and that was instrumental in getting things kicked off here. So yeah, we've been doing this for since about last September, I think, and either from Chuck's station, but we finally got it figured out how to do it from here, so you guys can hear what I hear. And the other thing is, you can see, Bill, if you go back to the time stamps, and I didn't make a note of it, but go back to about when you checked in, and you'll be able to hear how you sounded on my station down here. So that's it's a great tool for guys to hear how everybody else, what's going on, and also how they sound here, and it'll be better. I'm limping along on what's left of my array, only a single antenna, and in about a month it'll be all up, rebuilt, and with Helix phasing lines. So the signal will be much better. It's just need of much TLC here after our 4 years of being up. K7EME for the Arizona SWOTnet. Anybody else wanting to check in? Okay, I'm going to take a quick standby here. I've got one of the dogs is outside, and I forgot about her. I'm gonna let her back in. K7EME.
Wow, I'm late to the party.
Well, it's about time. WX7G, M7VD. How you doing there? Go ahead.
I'm doing good. I just turned it on, turned the list on. I'm going, holy cow, 22 already. Good check-in so far. Good seeing you yesterday and the rest of the SWOT group.
Oh yeah, we had a good time. It was, and talk about it when your turn comes around. That's pretty much going to be the topic, I'm sure. Anyway, got a good picture. We'll try to get it up on the website, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. And boy, Jim, you need to get in here a little earlier because you're missing a lot of good stuff earlier. Over.
Well, you know what? You're absolutely correct. I cannot argue that point. But that's me, late to the party.
All right. right, very good. We'll catch you soon here. Anyway, look, see, you ended up at 23, so yeah, good deal. All right, back to that, N7VD.
Yeah, good morning, Jim. Great to see you yesterday. All you guys, of course, and all that on that picture. Everybody who's listening, I'm gonna just say this: you will know by just looking and scanning the picture which one Jim is, and I'll just leave it at that. You'll know when you see it. You'll know.
Yep, that's my ham here.
Oh, you're giving it away. You're giving it away there, Jim.
Well, Doug, I think pretty much everybody already knows who I am. I'm not Mr. Incognito.
Yeah, that you are not. Yeah. Well, I'm speaking more to the folks who maybe on the outlying areas haven't been to one of the Hamfests and seen Jim wandering around with that. Well, we'll Bronco Pride.
Where is the picture located?
It isn't yet, Steve. It'll be Robert will get it up on line. I don't. It'll be on the website.
Roger, roger.
All right, K7EME for the Arizona SWOTnet. Just standing by for any other check-ins while we wait for the bottom of the hour. Any of you guys watch the Starship launch this week?
Yes, I did.
Boy, pretty spectacular show they put on.
Yeah, the launch itself really couldn't see much. The camera angle was wrong because of all the steam. I saw better ones, but it wasn't on NSF, over.
Yeah, it just depends on where I guess the cameras are located, but yeah, there's starting to be some views on YouTube of the highlights, particularly with the onboard cameras, and of course figuring out where they need to go next with it. But good Lord, yeah, what a great bunch of camera shots from outer space there.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Anyway, hey, I got a phone call coming in. Stand by.
Yeah, Doug, you know that Elon Musk intends to ride that Starship to Mars, and he has announced that he is going to die on Mars, and my guess is he'll make it.
You know, I wouldn't put it past him. He's young enough. Well, he's just, you know what he's doing? He's trying to find his Tesla that he blasted out there. So he wants to be reunited with his Tesla, which is somewhere out there, a million miles or so away. I'll bet that's what he's doing.
Right, the one that had a dummy in the seat.
Yeah.
Wish I was the dummy.
I've got to admit that he is my hero these days. That guy is weird in some aspects, but he has done amazing things.
Yeah, he's kind of, yeah, no question on that. He's got very very visionary, and he'll be remembered long after he's gone for that. But he does have his quirks, and people love him or hate him. It's one or the other.
Well, he's done a lot of things that NASA said couldn't be done, and that for if nothing more than that, and of course his tunnel boring machine and his AI, and it just goes on and on.
Trump or Tesla?
What was that, Jim?
Well, I heard you guys talking there, and I couldn't decide whether you were talking about the Donald or Tesla.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, Tesla, I don't know, man. That people either that's kind of like Elon. People either love him or hate him. I guess if you live somewhere where it's cold and the thing doesn't start in the middle of winter, or you're in between chargers and it runs out of power and you can't get back inside it, or it starts on fire, you may not love him. K7EME for the Arizona SWOT-net. This is K7EME for the Arizona SWOT-net, just standing by until the witching half hour at 8:30, K7EME.
Hey, Dad, W5RCQ. I was thinking I was wondering my way home yesterday, why do we start these things at 6 o'clock in the morning? Maybe we ought to start a new trend and start them at 1 p.m. or something.
Oh, my. It would certainly be warmer.
I'm getting too old for this 4 o'clock in the morning. I know you guys have to not go to bed that night.
Well, it wasn't quite that bad. I got up at 2:45, and Al was here by around 3:15 or so, 3:20, and we loaded up a few things, and we were on the road by 3:30. So yeah, it is an early morning thing, especially if you're wanting to get there, to get a table.
Yeah. Well, I guess in my younger years, buying stuff by flashlight was an exciting adventure. Maybe not so much anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I love these last few times having to kind of be with a table, especially at the Green Valley Ham Fest, where we had all of Pete's stuff and just a constant bunch of people there, all day long. Never got a chance to get away and kind of wander around. What I love about the Ham Fest is just looking at the old boat anchors, even if you don't want to buy one, just seeing, playing with the knobs. Like there was an RME 4350 receiver, and I think I've only seen one other one. But great old receiver from the 50s and late 50s, and just playing with the tuning and seeing what kind of how it felt, and looking at those old radios. I enjoyed doing that, and never get a chance to really do that when you have a table. That way we're doing, when you got a table and you got to get there and reserve it and unload your stuff and all of that. And you got a couple hour drive along with that. It does make a difference. And then the fog on the way up yesterday kind of slowed us down. Although we'd left early enough that it wasn't a big deal in the end, but kept waiting for that to go away. And then just probably about 45 minutes of the trip, we were in pretty good fog. And at one point, if you could see a couple 100 feet, that was it. So had to really slow down and hope nobody ran into you. Anyway, but it was fun as always. Just a real good thing. Anybody else out there?
Sounds like fondling knobs there, huh, Doug?
Say what?
I said nothing like fondling knobs there, huh, Doug?
Yeah. Oh, well, at my age, you gotta get your yayas in however you can, right?
Roger. Anyway, just joshing you. Have fun in 7BD.
Yeah, that's I never thought about that. I'm never gonna look at an RME 4350 the same way again.
Here you go in 7BD.
Somebody's talking about my area of expertise.
Yeah, well, yes, you want to expound on that? Oh, no, wait, we're on the live stream. Got to remember that.
Oh, well, then we'll save it.
Okay, we'll save it for the next Ham Fest. How about that?
That'll work.
Yeah, we don't want to get booted off YouTube. I see Lee is out there. Let me swing the antenna over. Lee, are you on the air? WJ0F. Lee, go ahead.
Well, we'll find out. How do you copy me with a little less than half an antenna? Over.
I've got you at S6 plus, almost S7, Lee. I was wondering, since the at least the rear half of the damn thing was still up in the air, if you were going to try that.
Well, I had last weekend. I had to wait for the weather I'll tell the story when the rest of the net might want to listen in. But I had to get the other antenna out of the way. It was hanging off of the 6-meter beam. And I don't think it was a Dacron. I think I mentioned that in the email. Not the Dacron broke. It was the beam flexing. It was a 70-mile-an-hour gust, I think, that did me in, over.
Yeah. You know, it is so weird since Chuck had with his long 6-meter Yagi, and there was just kind of an oscillation that would happen with the wind, and it just was enough to. And this is a new Yagi, and after about 6 months, the damn thing just. There was an element that just cracked, and it was a big element, and it fell down. And I think maybe because of the age of the antenna, maybe something like that was going on, and you just got a little metal fatigue, and the wind hits it. Of course, 70 miles an hour, that's going to bust a lot of stuff.
Well, the antenna was porpoising, is what I call it. I had it pointed into the wind to try to, minimize the drag on it. And I had inspected it only about a month before. I looked at photos, and I didn't see any evidence of a crack. It just may have been its time. It did crack right at the element. And the element, I finally found it. It was about 40 feet from the base of the antenna.
Oh, wow. Yikes. Okay. Well, I'm glad you have some souvenirs of it. So what's your plan? You going to lower that eventually and go over it and see if you need to get some new boom sections, or are you going to start over, or what?
Well, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking I'm not going to put this one back up. It was just so much work doing that the last time. Although I do have to take the 6-meter boom down, because in the course of the inspection, I discovered it is hooked into the matching element of the 6, and one of those little matching parts went flying. So it's going to have to come down and have that replaced. I didn't see any other damage, or...
Oh yeah, well, gosh, I lost the masts on 2 of my towers two summers ago, and we're still we're going to upgrade. Chuck is helping me with the redesign, and 2 new masts are going to go up there now. 2 are done, and two are coming. So I know how that can especially when you got them stacked and you lose multiple bands at one time. It's crazy. Hey, Lee, so we got you on the list, and we'll get back to you. And Robert, I'm going to turn it over to you. I want to go make up a quick cup of coffee and grab another soda, and I will be back, Robert. So over to you.
Okay, very good there, Doug, and good signal, Lee. Been copying you very well, so it's working down this way. Anyway, this is November 7 Victor Delta for the Arizona SWOT Net. Anybody else, please call now. check-ins, looking for additional check-ins to the Arizona SWOT net. Please call now.
All right, sorry I'm a few seconds late here. K7EME for the Arizona SWOTnet. And so good morning, everybody. We'll get things rolling here. Welcome to the Arizona Sidewinders on 2Net. This net is open to all amateurs, and we meet every Sunday morning at this time, taking early check-ins up to an hour or hour and a half earlier. My name is Doug. I'm K7EME, located in southern Arizona, running lots of power to lots of aluminum and hopefully covering all of Arizona and into the surrounding states. We are also on NetLogger and live on stream on YouTube, and you can pick us up there as well. Purpose of this net is to encourage VHF and higher band activity here throughout the Southwest. And for more information, you can check our website, az-swat.net, that Robert put together, N7BD. And Robert's also taking care of running the NetLogger portion there, where you can get messages to us and see where you are on the list. So with that, I'm going to go around the compass here a little bit and check all the hot spots. We'll see if anybody else is out there who hasn't already checked in. And I'm going to start out to the north, to the west and northwest, K7EME for the Arizona SWOTnet. And I'm going to pop over to the northeast, K7EME. And a little bit further to the east, K7EME for the Arizona SWOTnet. And down to the southwest. Anybody else out there wanting to check in? All right, we'll bring things around back to the center of all the activity here. So good morning again, and glad to have everybody aboard. What a happy St. Patrick's Day! I just realized it is that day for those of you who celebrate St. Patty's Day. Have a great one. The Hamfest yesterday up in Scottsdale. What a great fun Hamfest. Not a lot of folks, as big as usual, but still, yeah, we just had a blast. We got a group picture that'll be on the website here before too long, and so that was great. Had a great lunch. Good place. I forget the name of it, but up there, and just a really good time was had by all. We've got a banner coming up. Robert has did the great, fantastic job on the graphics of that. It's going to be I just can't wait to see how good that is. And Robert has got the software and the computer to generate something. I think the images are going to look really sharp on that banner. So we'll have it at our tables down the road for future Hamfests, and will be a fixture at them all. Just as an aside, was playing around with 432. First time I've ever been mobile on 432, and on sideband, and what very successful, especially up there in Phoenix, between Robert and myself, as I was headed out of town, and he was headed home. It really works well with all those below grade areas on the freeways where there's no line of sight anywhere. And 432 did an amazing job of bouncing off of whatever was available to bounce off of, and we were able to stay in contact under overpasses, and it was incredible. I'd tell him I'm coming up on an overpass, and I'd talk all the way through it, and he said, "Yeah, you dip down a little bit, but you're still copyable. 2 meters, that doesn't happen." So will be more tests this summer as I get out and go camping and get out in the mountains and stuff. But looking forward to experimenting with that. With that, I am going to turn it over to Robert. And Robert, it's your turn.
Very good. K7EME, the SWOT net, November 7, Victor Delta. Robert over here in Northeast Mesa, SWOT number 613, excuse me. Hello. Wrong net. 3051. Anyway, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Great hamfest as far as just getting together and talking. Wasn't too much around as far as vendors. It looked about half as what it used to be. I'm kind of sad to see that, but it was still a lot of fun. Good seeing you guys. Got a nice picture. We'll definitely get it up on the website soon, and work on that later today maybe. I'd rather do that than work on taxes. And everything, let's see, what else? I think that was it. Yeah, the 432 was a lot of fun. I run a dual band loop from E-Factor on the back of the truck, and about 25, 30 watts. And Doug had a hard time hearing me a few times, but he's running 100, and that worked quite well. So a little bit of power, and it definitely makes a difference. So let's see, the banner is ordered. It'll be about 5-6 days from now. I should be able to pick it up. And it's got the SWOT logo on the left side, and then the information about who we are and our net and website and such. So very good. We'll have that around. It'll have grommets in it, and we'll put some pigtails on it so you can tie it across the table, or in the front of the table, or across the back of a pickup bed, stuff like that, just to be able to let everybody know who we are and a good place to gather. So other than that, let's see, what else? I think that's it. So back to net, K7EME and 7VD.
Okay, very good, Robert. Yeah, well, just a lot of cool stuff going on there and happening, and go back to where we were, 4 or 5 years ago, and how things have progressed, and just the number of members and all the activity that has come up with it, and just what a great bunch of folks, and we always have a good time. So. Let's see. We're going to get to Bill up in Kingman, KK7 Bravo Victor, and so I'm going to swing out that way, and let's see if we got some cooperating aircraft. We'll try to get Bill in here. So point your antennas up toward Bill, and we'll see. Maybe we can get some contacts for him. Bill, go ahead. Okay, very good. Standby search. Robert, go ahead and see if you can get Bill in there.
Roger, we'll do KK7 Bravo Victor, KK7 Bravo Victor. Bill, it's your turn, over. KK7 Bravo Victor, it's your turn, over. Go ahead and pick up, sir. You got a good signal.
Yeah, Serge, you're nice and loud on that transmission. KT6KT, Las Vegas, K7EME. Serge, do you copy KT6KT? Yeah, okay, Serge. Yeah, you were really strong when you first called there. I'd say about S7, and then we lost the aircraft enhancement. Robert, are you still copying him?
Yes, I am. Good copy there. KT6KT, KT6KT, November 7, Victor Delta. Over. No copy now. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we lost out. Anybody else got a copy on Serge up there? All right, Serge, if you're copying or listening on the live stream, we had a great enhancement there, and then it dropped right out. But stick around, break back in if you want, and I'll try to get back to you ASAP there, Serge. Thank you for coming by, though. Al, K7ZYP, go ahead.
Yeah, let me try for a Serge because I had a pretty good copy on him when Robert tried. KT6KT, KT6KT, K7ZYP. Serge, you copy over?
Just copying most of that, KT6KT.
Okay, Serge, yeah, you're pretty light, but I can copy you down here in Delta Mike 41. Over.
Yeah.
Back to me that time, Doug. So I can say we got him on the list there. Over.
Yeah, I had him at S5 that time, so it's really fast QSB. Serge, I had you at S5 there. Go ahead. Okay, 73s. We finally got it. Okay, 73, Serge.
Yeah, and then when he came back that time, he was real strong. Boy, that's really fast. K7ZYP back to net. Oh, no, it's my turn.
Yeah, you got it, Al. Go ahead.
Okay there, Doug. Yeah, I was thinking we ought to get some Levi jackets and put the SWOT logo on the back, and we could be the radio gang. Have some root beer after the nets and stuff like. Anyway, that's kind of corny, but yeah, very good there. Very good there, Robert. It looks good. Pictures I've seen and stuff. And had a great time yesterday. It was really good to see everybody. I even met some people I didn't know before. Can you imagine that? Anyway, and the picture, I had a lot of fun looking at the picture last night. Steve and I, we were especially myself. I was kind of hidden in the back, way in the back row. Looked like I was picking pockets or something. But anyway. So it was fun. And bed about 8 o'clock last night, and I slept right up until about 6:30 this morning. So anyway, and good food at that restaurant. I think it's called the Grub Steak or something like that. Grub Steak Sports Bar. Yeah, it was pretty good. It had the patty melt and the French fries, and it was really good food. And not a bad price either. Not a bad price. $2 off. So. Anyway, long trip back though. Stop and go traffic. I don't know why. Doug and I could never. Well, we figured out one. There's this lady doing about 45 in the right-hand lane where it's 2 lanes coming back, and people weren't passing her for some reason. We finally got around her, and we were moving pretty good, but then we had to stop the rest area. Anyway, so that's enough of that. Hey, everybody, it was good to see you yesterday. Everybody have a good week. So we'll be in touch. This is K7ZYP. Back to net control.
Yeah, I forgot about her, and then we got behind her again because of the rest stop. Anyway, okay, well, sounds good, Al, and man, it was a blast. Steve, N7THW, go ahead. It's all yours, Steve. It was great to see you too.
K7EME in the group, N7THW, squad number 3663, Stephen East. And for some reason you dropped way off on my signal up here. I could almost not hear you. I wouldn't doubt if you got a big wind gust and threw that antenna a different direction. But anyway, had a great time at the ham yesterday. You know, I was going to say I didn't buy anything, but I did, you know. Down between my knees right now. I bought a old Gonset amplifier, or I wish it was an amplifier. Gonset 4 communicator AM transceiver, and I got it for less than 60 cents a pound. Can you believe that? That's a pretty good price. You know, barely could pick it up. Instead of a boat anchor, it's more like a ship anchor, in my opinion. But it's kind of small. So anyway, if we haven't, Janet's been still fighting with her kidney stones and stuff, and I don't know where it's going to end up. I see the doctor Tuesday and Wednesday. As if we don't have enough going on, I got to start tomorrow prepping for my colonoscopy and endoscopy that I have every 3 years. So, oh boy. Anyway, when it rains, it pours, and all kinds of fun. So, yeah, I heard that Robert's skills on his rendering and stuff is going to make us all look 20 years younger, a lot more handsome, so we'll see how that works out. Hi. Anyway, gonna enjoy the rest of the day. 7-3's all. N7THW, back to net, Doug.
Okay, Steve. Well, yeah, I hope everything works out okay with, you know, all those medical appointments and Janet there and all that. And yeah, that thing was, I think I've seen them before in person, but I'm certainly aware of those Gonset communicator radios, and yeah, you got to put that thing on a Variac and bring it up and see what happens. And I'm excited. And like Robert said, we got enough guys with AM rigs. We should form a 2-meter old time. You know, not new gear, but limited to the Heathkit tours and the old Gonsets and you know, all those old rigs, and just horizontally polarized, since none of us really have verticals, and see if we can do a horizontally polarized 2-meter AM rig, AM net with old rigs. So there's something, food for thought. Anyway, we had some good chats up there as well, and great to see you. You're looking fine from your trip to Panama there. Over to you.
Well, good morning, Doug, and the group W7ADF here, Northeast Scottsdale, Rio Verde Foothills. Yeah, I had a good time seeing all you guys yesterday at the Ham Fest. That was really nice. I managed to control my buying tendencies. I only got a couple things, a little combination 40-20 meter dipole antenna for field day, maybe, and some little connectors. And so I got out of there relatively cheap. But it was always good seeing all you guys and having a conversation face to face. And yeah, we had some good times talking. Other than that, everybody's good here. We did get like Mikey WD7R was talking earlier about 4 o'clock this morning. We got about a 1/4 inch of rain here at QTH, and that was quite unexpected. But yeah, got a little more rain. We're sitting on about let's see, almost 6 inches for the year out here. So that's not doing too bad. So with that, I'll turn it back to you, Doug, K7EME in the group, W7ADF.
Holy cow! 6 inches of rain. That's a half a year's rain, if not more. Wow! I'm at 3 3.3 inches down here. So you guys have really gotten a lot of rain. So the winter, wet winter with the La Nina is actually coming true. All right. Well, thanks for checking in. We'll catch you probably Tuesday. John, WB7DYU, nice to see you yesterday as well, John. Over to you.
WB7DYU. Like everybody else, I enjoyed seeing everybody. Managed to not spend any money except the fee to get in. And haven't got much more to add to the group responses about the Ham Fest. It does seem like it's a little bit smaller than what I remember, but it was quite a bit of activity for such a small group. So I'll get back to you. K7EME, this is WB7DYU.
Okay, John, very good. Well, you know, it is always fun, you know, and especially putting a face to a voice, that sort of thing. And I also, he's not here today, but let's see, David, KJ7TSM, I met him for the first time yesterday as well. So, and well, I mean, I didn't meet you for the first time, but anyways, yeah, I babble on. So let's get on here. ND7E, Mike, over to you, and good to see you there as well.
Yeah, very good, Doug. Good to see you and everyone. That was a lot of fun. Enjoyed it. Had a good day and just thoroughly enjoyed it. So, yeah, I stayed pretty busy. I went out and did a couple of POTA activations. So it was a long day. I took the long way home and went down around Gila Bend and did an activation from a place called Robbins Butte Wildlife Management Area, and then went down to Painted Rock Petroglyph, kind of a camping area. Yeah, I'd never been there before. That was nice scenery in that area. Oh, that was about, I want to say 25 miles or so east of Gila Bend. And then I came home and had a good night's sleep from all that, because I got up probably about, I don't know, 4:30 in the morning and got a shower, coffee, and all that good stuff, and hit the road. And yeah, hit that fog. That was a little bit intense there for a couple areas. I was kind of surprised by that, but just take it easy and be real careful. Get behind somebody that's got their lights on so you can kind of judge the distance. But yeah, I don't really care too much about fog or ice or any of that kind of thing. Anyway, yeah, I was listening to you talk about the 432, and I thought, you know, it'd sure be nice if some manufacturers, somebody would come up with a mobile rig that was capable of sideband. I always thought that it'd be nice to, you know, have somebody make something with HT or mobile rigs that are capable of sideband. Kind of wondered why they don't do that, but I guess it doesn't keep the form factor down real small like that. I don't know how that works, but it sure would be nice if somebody came up with single sideband mobile. Let's see what else. Yeah, picked up a couple little small items, a little electronic kit here. I'm kind of tinkering with breadboards and trying to learn circuits and all that good stuff. So I thought, well, I got this thing cheap, and we'll see how that works out. Anyway, guess that's about it. Again, enjoyed the day and talking to all you guys, and we'll see what happens when that picture comes out. That'll be an interesting group photo there. So anyway, back to you, Doug. Enjoy the rest of your day. And this is ND7E.
Very good. Well, you know, they did many years ago, a number of years ago, and I have several of them. ICOM and Yaesu had monoband mobile rigs dedicated for, you know, the different bands, and several of the different bands. And I guess just the market wasn't there, and perhaps must have been that, because they you know, they eventually started adding them to the HF rigs. You know, if you're looking for a small you know, mobile radio, those old rigs drift a lot. You know, I wouldn't get one of the older ones, but the ICOM 705, and you run it with an amplifier. That's what I run. Mobile, and then you've got 6 432 2 meters, you know, all those bands, and put a little brick amplifier after them, and you're golden. Anyways, I apologize to Jim, N6CAZ. Jim, I jumped right over you. So my apologies, and you can take it out of my paycheck. Over to you there, Jim.
Very good there, Doug. I was just thinking maybe I've got so many apps open on my computer that maybe it didn't refresh or something, and I got bumped a little further down. So I was kind of weird. I'm like, I'm actually at the mic ready to go, and you called somebody else. I'm like, wait a minute. That's all right. Often skipped, I guess. That happened. Anyway. Oh yeah, good event yesterday. Like I said, I was a little disappointed in the turnout, but I think it is a new location and all that. So, yeah, you got to give them that. It's a nice location, I have to admit, and pretty easy to get to. Nice having the shade cover from the parking structure and all that kind of stuff. That was kind of nice. Definitely avoided getting the sunburn. But yeah, it was a little spread out, and I kept thinking, oh, there's another aisle, and I'm like, nope, that's the same aisle I was just down. So that was it. Not a lot of boat anchors, not really a whole lot I was looking for. In fact, the only radio I got was kind of incidental. I was looking at one of those, who is a communications specialist. I think he makes those little external PL tone boards, a little box. And it was Velcroed to a radio, and he had $20 on the whole thing. So I was like, well, I guess I get the radio with the tone board. So that was about the only electronics I actually got besides a kit from that guy that's always got all the music playing, and he's got all the new parts, all that kind of good stuff. And I saw Al looking at that little transistor checker kit, and I thought, oh, kit, I like kits. I haven't built a kit in a long time, so I went and grabbed one of those. Didn't even really look at the details, but it looked like test capacitors and transistors and all that kind of stuff. So I thought, hey, for the $19, it'll be something fun to play with. But other than that, I think I had more fun walking around and talking to people than anything else, and I guess I've become quite a talker in my, I won't say completely later years, but as I get older, I've noticed that I find it more fascinating to talk to people and hear their stories and whatnot, and it was good. I met two new hams yesterday. One that I think he's going on about 6 months with his call, and the other I think was only 2 or 3 months in, and he was there with his daughter at the booth where they were doing the raffle tickets, and she's holding the radio, and she's working on her ticket too. I think she's only about maybe 9 or 10. So there is some youth getting into the hobby, and it's always good to see. But I was talking to those Arizona mesh guys. They're doing the mesh networking, and I heard about that back in the early days. Apparently, it's come quite a ways. They're working with a lot of the different counties, trying to create kind of an emergency communications link and stuff. Should the crazy that's looming out there actually turn into something? So they're trying to get some communications going. So it's kind of good to see something kind of official along those lines. But other than that, like I said, I came home with just odds and ends and a couple of speakers that didn't fit the enclosure I was hoping to use them in. I got a bunch of fans for those mobile radios I've been working on, and those should work out. Looks like they're all the right size and everything. But the big package for the day was actually something that was delivered while we were out and about. And I got a little Denon, one of those mini shelf stereo systems, and it was an older one, but and I got it off of eBay for $25, and I thought I'll take a shot on it, and it actually worked. So usually when you find things like that where they say they're untested, you can pretty much guarantee they don't work. But in this case, it seems to work fine. It's been playing all morning, so little things like that. But yeah, radio-wise, it was a little weak of an event, so I just kind of compensated by getting more of the FaceTime in with everybody, and even got in that photo that you guys took. So looking forward to seeing that when it gets published out there. So anyway, that's all I got going on. It sounds like a lot, but it really isn't just me babbling on. So I'll turn it back to you there, Doug. N60AZ.
Okay, Jim. Well, great. And yeah, the older you get, the more you got to talk about, I guess, And young people getting into the hobby, that's always great. I was like 12 when I got in to this hobby, and had always been licensed solidly ever since. And so it's a good. It's certainly influenced my life, and what a great group of people too. I mean, it's just a lot of fun. So. And you got a lot of goodies. I saw the pile of stuff you had piled up there. So you always seem to score the little fun items there. So that's a good deal. You're good at that. I want you to find me a 902 DM Yaesu. there, Jim. I'll put you on point for that one because you're good at it. Oh, let's see. Where do we go next? K7 LOL. Dave up there. Dave, go ahead.
Good morning, Doug. I'm K7EME, K7 LOL, Dave in Awatuki. Well, conditions are not that great here today anyway. I can barely hear Jim. He's kind of my gauge, and that's not really tough copy today. Had survived a 62-mile-an-hour wind at this QTH. I was pretty excited to see that on the wind gauge, and still have everything standing. My fishing line guy wires were the meter opening yesterday into Central and South America. Made a couple of contacts with Costa Rica and Argentina. And I was searching around last week for some information on the solar indices and what all that stuff means. I ran into an interesting little blurb that suggested that the solar wind has a lot to do with E-skip, and that we should look for periods of elevation as a good predictor as to when E-skip is going to happen. I was wondering if anybody had any experience with that or had heard about that. That's it for my news, Doug. Turn it back to the group. K7EME, K7 LOL.
Okay, I'm just writing that down. The solar winds being elevated solar winds being associated with sporadic E. Now, I have not heard about that, but that is certainly something that would be worthwhile in investigating. Yeah. Hey, Robert, have you heard of anything like that?
No, I haven't, but I can see how it would work. Solar flux is going to ionize, so it's quite possible.
Yeah, I'm going to make a note of that. So that's a good question, and you've got me stumped there, Dave. But that's really interesting, and I'm going to see. Hey, Jerry, with well, we'll find out, Jerry, when with your solar report. I wonder if you've heard of anything about that coming up here in a minute or two. So we'll that is certainly something to be investigated, and I'll come up with what I can find for you there, Dave. Good point. Mike, KD7UUN, how are you doing? And what's going on over there?
Well, good morning, Doug and the group. K7UUN. Well, let's see. This last week, granddaughter was here visiting from Austin, and so we had a good visit with her. On Sunday, we went down to my brother's KS7TXE south of Bisbee, and so she hadn't been to the ranch for years, and so we looked over the ranch, and she got a chance to kind of catch up on things. While we were down and going through Bisbee there, we looked at those two buildings that burned, and that was pretty interesting. What's really interesting is the fact that when the whole city burned down in around 1908, and then they required all building after that to be brick. This is the next fire that's occurred, and their construction actually worked really well. Each building is brick, and there's a kind of a high wall at the top above the roof between buildings, and even though the bricks got so hot they fell off on one side, it actually prevented the spread of the fire. So those people back in the beginning of the last century knew what they were talking about in the way to build things. So that was pretty cool to see. One of the things that my brother did was to take us back along the border up onto the hill where we can look down over the ranch, and that's also the place that we think maybe the heat can transmit into the net. And so that's where we're going to be looking at that possibility. It's kind of a steep climb up there. We were kind of joking. It's kind of like when you're sitting in the Jeep, it's pretty much like one of the Starlink launches. You're laying on your back going up the hill. But when you get to the top, you've got a really good view all over the place. And the thing that I hadn't thought about, but now I'm wondering about is if he puts his Yagi on the Jeep there and directs it this way, he has a nice reflector behind him in the form of a 30-foot by 30-mile steel wall behind him. And I'm wondering what kind of reflection he might get off of that. So that might be interesting to consider. Anyway, with that, that's pretty much it. Back to you, Doug. K7EME, KD7UUN.
Hey, that is interesting. Yeah. So his property goes right to the border wall there?
Yeah, the border wall is the boundary of our land on the south.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Wow. Yeah. That brings up some interesting possibilities. What a great reflector. Well, we'll have to think about that and something to consider. That is, and the other thing would be maybe aiming the antenna not aiming it right at the wall and different parts of the wall and seeing how that would work as a reflector that way as well, instead of from behind him going forward. Food for thought. So yeah, we'll put Richard on that committee for sure. Sounds good there, Mike. Let's see. We had K7EME. Vince was in and out. So Ken, W7KZM, you're next.
Have company over this week. My daughter and grandson came over from Hawaii, and we went to pick them up a few days ago during the weekend. Oh, was it Friday? And we left here about 5 o'clock, Marana, and we got it back about 11 o'clock with the traffic and stuff like that. So it was a long night. Then every night since then, we've had a birthday party for me, going to different friends and family and stuff like that. So today I decided to stay home. They're all out on the skip line or whatever line it is, and it's cold outside, so I decided to stay warm and talk to everybody on the radio instead. Let's see. I left a message for you or emailed you about this little card. And I finally settled on a 9-volt battery, but the card seems to get warm really quick, and the battery runs down. Wondering if I might have ruined the card. But I put a 9-volt battery on it, and I had it hooked up this morning, and everybody was saying, I hear something in the background, so the card's not working right now. But it was a good try, and beyond that, after the radio meeting today, I'm going to go take a nap. Other than that, everything's going well, and wish everybody a great week ahead. Whiskey 7 Kilo Zulu Mike.
Okay, I'm sorry, Ken. I did not see that. I'll have to check back and look on that. And so, what card was it? The circuit board that you were putting 9 volts into?
Yeah, it's that white band box, the LNA from Jenny Lab. I tried it out, and actually emailed Jenny Lab, and they said use something on the 12-volt side. So it's between 6 and 12 volts. I figured a 9-volt battery would work well, but it could be that I used it on my SDR program, and it didn't seem to work with them. So maybe I screwed it up before I started on this thing. But anyway, it was a good try, and I'll probably try another one in the future. I haven't hooked up to my from the radio to my amplifier, and I didn't want to screw up the really expensive stuff, so I took it off. And today I'm really receiving very well, and I'm happy with my gear. So
I'll just stick with that for a while. But anyway, thanks for the heads up on the cart, and I know you guys probably would have it working already, but I'll try another cart in the future. After everybody leaves, I can play with it. So again, wishing everybody a nice week ahead. Whiskey 7 kilos to the mic.
Okay, well, yeah, great on that. I'm sure as long as you had it hooked up to the 12-volt input, I think there's a jumper on those where you can put 5 volts to it, but you don't want to put 9 volts on that part of it. But as long as you did it onto the 12-volt, I'm sure you're fine. Those things will draw probably 60 to 100 milliamps. So, it may, what was getting warm would have been probably the voltage regulator on that takes it down to the 5 volts. That there's an LM7805 voltage regulator there that when you put 12 volts on it, the board, the transistor actually really, I should say the device, not a transistor, but anyway, the little GasFET device in there will run on 5 volts. So it just regulates that to 5 volts, and that's what heats up the board there. So I'm sure you didn't ruin it. It just may be something in how it's connected up or whatever there. So you when your company leaves, you experiment around with that, and I'll bet you'll get it working, because we've all had really good success with those particular boards from Jani Labs there in Hungary. In fact, I'm ordering another one for my 432 amp in the car. Okay, let's see. W5RCQ, Jerry, let's get that solar report there. Go ahead.
Good morning, K7EME and Group, W5RCQ, Jerry in Sun City, Arizona, SWOT number 3662, if anybody cares. Solar is down a little bit in numbers, but up a little bit in activity this last week. Right now there are 5 groups of sunspots up there, and the sunspot number is 67. My magic number is kind of 100, so when it gets down to 67, I notice some drop-off in propagation, but it'll come back up. The 0.7 centimeter number is 144. Excuse me. It's kind of been a little unusual activity this time, in that we had a sunspot rotating off to the right side of the sun, and as it was rotating away, it gave out a big old flare, and of course, since it was not really Earth-directed, we didn't get a lot of it. And at the same time, there's a new sunspot coming up on the left-hand side of the disk, and it was giving off a big old flare also. Could have even been X-class, we don't know, but it will be rotating into view here in the next day or two. So it's kind of interesting having one going and one coming, and both of them really active. A lot of solar protons coming out of the one that was going off to the right, and I guess it was destroying activity across the polar cap. I'm not working anybody across the polar cap right now, so it didn't bother me. But anyway, kind of an interesting set of factors. Solar wind, I have not heard that. I'm going to have to look into it a little bit. It would be really nice to have a precursor like updated solar winds or something as to whether we were going to have increased propagation or not. So that would be really handy. So I'll look into that some more. I was copying Lee. I've got some kind of a weird noise up in his direction, so it was kind of interfering with him. But he was S8, S9 at times, but copyable pretty much throughout the. So I thought that was neat. And let's see. E-factor antenna. I was really impressed with you guys' mobile activities and Robert's E-factor antenna. So I ordered one today, and they're hopefully still available. Apparently the guy who builds them has been in some kind of a move situation, checked. They're very reasonably priced, and hopefully I will be on mobile eventually. We'll see how it goes. I know Robert's actually using E-Factors for his base station also, or home station also, so I'm looking forward to it. And I think that's probably all I had for today. I really did enjoy the Hamfest. Got to see a lot of people. Some of them I've seen recently, some of them I hadn't. I didn't find it to be a great selling Hamfest, and like everybody else, I wasn't trying all that hard anyway. I was really there to walk around and talk and visit and all of those things, have lunch, etc. It was really fun, and I'm looking forward to the next one at DeVry a couple weeks away. So, back to net, K7EME, W5RCQ.
Okay, Jerry. Yeah, excellent on the solar report and the E-Factor, and given what we found out yesterday about the 432 mobile potential, it's something definitely to consider for the mobile, and having both bands on one antenna, certainly is good. So I think you made a good choice there on that. And going back to Ken there, so Chuck had an interesting point that the device could have gone out, and it's pulling extra current because the device acts as a short. So perhaps that's what happened, and it is repairable quite easily, which is one of the beautiful things about that board. So maybe when Chuck gets back, we could take a look at that LNA sometime, get together, and see. So it'd be something to do. We could meet up either Chuck's place or my place here and take a look at it. So that's for you there, Ken. Let's see. W7WHB, Steve, tell us how your day was yesterday.
Well, good morning, Doug, and the rest of the group. This is Steve, Whiskey 7, Whiskey Hotel Bravo, here in Gilbert, Arizona. SWOT number 3697, and good day yesterday. Oh, gosh, I woke up thinking it wasn't going to be too good because of the chilly weather we've had up here, all due to the rain. But once WX7G and myself and our other friend that went with us, once we got to the Hamfest, it was rather pleasant. So it was all good, and we enjoyed seeing everybody, a lot of people from the SWOT, and it was good to see everybody. I did notice that, like you said, Doug, this Hamfest wasn't, I think it was either you or Al, it wasn't as big as it had been in the past, but there was some new, different things that I saw. One of the things that stands out is why there was so many Yaesu radios for sale. Kind of makes me scratch my head a little bit. I'm sure WX7G will be able to elaborate on that because he's more well versed in that area. So anyway, but it was a good day. Came home, did a few things around the house. We're going to have to change some pool filters here this next week. Get ready for, hopefully in another month or month and a half, we'll be able to get in the pool. So we got to get it all fixed up, and everything's just going good. Life's good right now. I'm getting over a little medical issue I've had for 2 or 3, 4 weeks, and everything's good. So, and again, it was good to see everybody yesterday. And with that, we'll leave you and listen out. And this is the K7EME. This is W7WHB.
Okay, well, very good there, Steve. And I don't know why Yaesu. I didn't really notice that on the couple times that I was taking a loop around. I don't. I'll have to keep an eye out. We'll see. Take a poll. Are there more Kenwoods or Yaesus for sale, or ICOMs? Who knows? Anyways, we'll check it out. Lynn, K7HAM, over to you up there in Gilbert. How you doing?
Okay, K7EME in the net, K7HAM. Lynn in Gilbert, SWOT 3717, and I missed the Ham Fest. I went to my sister-in-law's birthday party, and went to Guadalajara, so I think I enjoyed that more than the Ham Fest, although I missed seeing all you guys. So I am going to try to make the one down there in Tucson, RST1, first week of April. So hopefully we'll get to say hi to you guys then. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. I'm just sitting here. I don't know what's wrong with Steve's radio when he first came on, but it sounded good that last go around. And I don't know anything about the Yaesu. The only thing I can think of is Yaesu keeps coming out with more new radios, so people are selling their old ones and buying new ones. I don't know. Other than that, we'll say 7-3 all. Everybody have a good weekend, and we'll look for you next time. K7EME, K7HM.
Okay, good point. Who knows? You know, I've kind of gravitated. I used to be solid Yaesu, and with the FT736 series, the 726, and a bunch of other Yaesu over to them, and now I'm with Flex. So I don't know. I've gone going around the horn there. Anyways, let's see, Lynn. We got you. Den W7KNV was in and out, so let's switch over to Apache Junction and Warren up there and see how he's doing. Go ahead, Warren.
And the only thing I've been sitting here wondering about, I've not been hearing a lot of people what they're saying, but it is interesting. I saw yesterday what has to have been fake news, I think, about a small asteroid discovered. It's about 90 feet by 30 feet in size, and it was supposed to be a near miss and come within 100 miles of the surface. That's low Earth orbit. And they're supposed to go by this morning, but I've not heard any other source of the story or anything like that, so I figure it has to have been made up somewhere. Anyhow, that's about all I got. K7CWA, back to net.
I hadn't heard about that one. That's a close, very close miss. And 9 by 30 feet, that's big enough to cause some damage. Certainly some of that would make it through entry there. But holy cow, and 100 miles, that's certainly enough to get into the upper atmosphere and heat it up a little bit, I would imagine. So yeah, I'll have to check that out. But yeah, like you say, I haven't heard of any cities going missing. So we must have dodged the big bullet there. Let's see, Mike, WD7R up. We'll put her up to you, and great seeing you as well. Go ahead, Mikey.
Hey, Doug and the group, good morning, WD7R. I know you're hungry, so I got waffles for you. Haven't made those in a while, so I decided to make some waffles. But for St. Patty's Day, and may the luck of the Irish be with everyone here. Good to see everyone yesterday. It definitely was not about buying and selling yesterday. There wasn't a whole lot of that going on, but it certainly was one of the more memorable Hamfests for me as far as the fellowship. I have to tell you, I had a really good time yesterday with everyone. Had a lot of laughs. We got a group picture. I don't know if you made a QST on that or not, but that was fun putting that together. MC of the event was gracious enough to put out an all-points bulletin there on the PA to herd the cats and get everybody together by Robert's beautiful red truck to make a picture for the AZ SWAT group. That was great. And Steve, the fun N7THW with his new doorstop he got, that Gonset AM set. Looking forward to starting a new trend there. Maybe do an AM thing here on horizontal 2-meter one of these days. But Doug, it was great to see everybody, and had a nice lunch. I got to know Jim, N6TAZ, who sat across from me there at lunch yesterday. Great to chat with him, and I don't hear him too well on this band, but and then it's a little tough sometimes on 75 meters. But great face to face, putting a name with a face and a call sign, and that's what it's all about. The friendships, the learning, mutual learning, and just so much fun. So great job, and glad everyone made it home safely. Everyone have a great St. Patty's Day, and we'll look forward to 3695 tonight after dinner, about 6 o'clock, 6:15-ish. Whenever you feel like joining, feel free, and we'll catch up some more. But thanks again. Have a wonderful day. WD7R, back to net.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, very good. Yeah. On all the above, echoing what everybody else has been saying all along. It's just great. And the your idea yesterday about maybe doing an add-on to your Tuesday night roundtable after that is done, maybe switching to a boat anchor group on 2 meters afterwards. And I know that there's already an AM group up there that Jerry is involved with, but this wouldn't be to compete, doubling up on what they are doing, because this would be horizontal and instead of vertically polarized, and so that is something to look at for the future, and we'll have to maybe I'll have to check mine. I don't know if there's a crystal in that thing for a certain frequency, but we may have to all do a group buy on some crystals for an appropriate frequency and get on and try our boat anchors. Buy those Heathkit tours up and then hook them up to your amplifiers. Robert wants to run his tour. His Heathkit tour into his amplifier and wake up the airwaves with that. I've got to see that. I just have to see that happening. And Robert, we need to name your truck. We have to come up with a name for that monster. Big Red or something. I don't know. Anyway, thanks, Mike. We'll catch up with you later. Ron, KW7RNX. Ron, it's your turn. So go ahead. Tell us how your week's been.
Good morning, K7EME, Doug, and the net. It's been kind of a peaceful week this week. Did a little bit of radio work, trying to combine a couple of antennas so I can save a port coming into the ham shack here, so I can add another antenna here down the line. I would be interested in what kind of antenna and what position you had, and what polarization, horizontal or vertical, that you were running mobile on 432. But beyond that, not much. Just kind of hoping the rain goes away and we get back to some sunshine. I got some golf coming week. So K7EME in the net, KW7RNX in Tucson, and we'll throw it back to you, Doug.
Yeah, okay, Ron. Well, the convention on sideband is always horizontal on VHF and UHF. So what we were using are these little 432 loop antennas, and they're only about they're very, very small. You look at them and you wonder how the heck that thing gets out, but they do, and they work quite well. They're just an aluminum loop. A square or round, and the rough diameter of the round ones might be inches or something like that, and the square ones are similar in size, and they just go up on a mast up off the top of your vehicle, and so that's what they are. Look them up online or on eBay. There's somebody who sells them. There, just Google it, 432 horizontal loop antennas, and that would be what you'd want to use on 432. Let's see, Troy, WA7ELN. Let me bump the antenna over your way and see how you're doing there, Troy. Go.
Good. Well, we're sorry we didn't make the swap meet there yesterday. but it sounds like everybody's saying that, wasn't that many sellers, and not that I really needed anything anyway, but I do agree with Jerry. I would like a 10 o'clock swap meet start, but I don't think that's going to happen. I guess I miss the good old days of the Flagstaff Woodchuck Hill one, because then I could go up and it was worth getting a motel room because it was a 3-day event, and unlike what happens at the swap meets now at 11 o'clock, everybody's going home, and they're closing up and away they go. So but it was open all day Friday and Saturday, and of course Sunday everybody's kind of getting out of there at noon, but a lot of people didn't even stay for Sunday in those days. But I don't think that'll ever come back either. And we spent the day just doing things in the shop, trying to resolve my last digit wandering on my frequency counter there between the rubidium oscillator locking and the GPS locking oscillator. And when you're up at 10,368, wandering 3 or 4 cycles, is not really a problem you'd ever notice. It's more of a problem in my mind there, because I can't resolve why it's doing that. So I spent most of the day doing that, and a friend brought back my hole drilling device there, and then we talked for a while, and then I went out and I tried to kill some weeds and grass that are growing in the driveway, and I may go out here in a little while if we don't get some rain today, and give them another good soaking of weed and grass killer there. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. K7EME in the group, WA7ELA.
Yeah, okay, Troy. Well, those are on the way back from Scottsdale. I mean, it's green. All this winter rain that we've gotten has really, here at the house, the desert areas are like carpeted in green. It's pretty cool. And when you're down to not worrying, but messing around with a 2 to 3 cycle drift, quote unquote, on your frequency counter at 10 gigahertz, I'd say, have fun doing it, but that's pretty accurate as it is. So I'd say I'd be happy with that. But it's fun to experiment and see if you can tame it down even further. So there you go. Let's see if Emil is still here. W1GGM, are you back from 432? Yeah, Emil's not back, so let's go to Gilbert and WX7G. So, Jim, tell us about your impressions of yesterday's Hamfest.
WX7G here, East Suburb, beautiful downtown Gilbert, slot 3666. And I had a great time. It wasn't big, as I think it was just a nice size. Really good. I saw a lot of interesting equipment there. Nothing I couldn't live without, although I came pretty close on an old boat anchor. So boat anchor for me, I would feel like that. Most people think boat anchors have to be two radios, but Yaesu 757 is still a boat anchor. It's that old. It was fun going there. A lot of different radios for sale. I don't know that any one brand in particular was for sale more, but I'm a high top fan, so That's just me. I'll tell you what, I enjoyed this other guys, the rain and all that kind of stuff. I got my bill from SRP, and I did a happy dance because it's probably the last one I'm going to see under $100 for the next few months. So it was a good SRP bill for me. Today is kind of a special day in my household because 56 years ago, Patty's Day party, I met the lady of my dreams, and she's still giving me nightmares. I mean, wait a minute, I can't say that, can I? Anyway, back to you, WX7G.
Okay, Jim. Yeah, corral that in there. Hey, that's pretty cool. You met her on St. Patty's Day, so that is a great way to remember that time. And so, congratulations on 56 years. Wow, that's pretty good. So awesome there, Jim. All right, well, let's see. WJ0F, Lee with half an antenna. Lee, I hate to tell you this, but that antenna is performing pretty darn well as half an antenna. Maybe there's something to be said for that.
Yeah, if I can get over the way it looks, maybe I shouldn't even bother. It's interesting. I don't know. Propagation may be very good today because I'm still hearing a number of people. You're about an S6 or a 7. I'm guessing if I had the whole antenna, you'd probably be 10 to 15 over. So I'm not sure how other people are hearing me, but you're booming in, and I'm hearing A0F.
Okay, well, yeah, probably you miss out on receive a bit, but I'll tell you what, your S6 to 7 down here, with the way that you are there, and so I gotta say I'm impressed with what you got there. Certainly having those the long boom will help on receive, but still, the best thing is I was worried you might not be on the air for quite a while, and at least you can still get on. So hopefully, hopefully it'll hang in there till you get some kind of, figure out what you want to do with that. So sounds good, Lee. What a great bit of propagation, at least today. Let's see. Well, we had Serge in here up and down out of Las Vegas from really strong to really not there. But it was great to hear him as well. So let's gets us down to the bottom of the list. Let's see if anybody else is out there wanting to check in here. K7EME, anybody else? Nothing heard. So with that, we'll call her a day, and what a good weekend it's been. So thanks everybody for participating, and we'll catch you all down the road. And 7-3's Chuck down there in Chile. I'm going to stop the stream here now. 7-3's all.
K7ZYP. 7G here.
Yeah, two of you there, Al, and was that you, Jim?
First and then come back to me.
Okay, well, go ahead, Al.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on Lee's signal. Nice signal down here, Lee, as always. So the half an antenna is working. And anyway, very good. Hey, thanks, Robert. Thanks, Doug. Good morning once again, Chuck. We'll catch everybody later. Maybe tonight on 3695. K7ZYP. Back to you, Doug.
Yeah, okay. And Jim, what did you have there? I'm sorry, I had the antenna was over on Lee. What? Try that again. Oh, your antenna must have moved a little bit, Jim. There, peek up on, aim back toward me here. I can't quite get what you're asking there.
Some Easter humor. Do you want to hear some?
Oh yeah, if you aim your antenna at me, then I can hear it.
Can you hear me any better now?
Yeah, I got you now, Jim. Go ahead.
This is asking Joseph He says, Joseph, I don't really understand. You're one of the richest guys here in this part of the world, and you spent a small fortune on a brand new tube for you and your family, and you want to give it away to this man, Jesus? And Joseph answered him, well, it's just for the weekend.
Okay, in the net.
7-3 is great net.
Yeah, okay. All right. Geez. Oh, hey, and Robert, just an update for you from Chuck. You probably saw it, but he was looking for the 6th of April as the microwave activity day, and of course that coincides with the Hamfest. So he'll adjust that.
Yeah, Roger. There's one on both March 30th and the April 6th, over?
Well, that's what he's he's going to have to clarify that, and so when he gets back here, he'll be back here Wednesday. So that more to follow.
Okay, Roger. It seemed like last time I checked, I printed out all of the flyers for the ones coming up, and I can't make the one obviously on March 30th because I'll be flying home. Anyway, well, no problem. We'll work it out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know exactly. Of course, I won't be able to. Oh, he's on the phone. Okay. All right. Chuck's calling me. All right. 7-3s, everybody. We'll shut things down.
Where are you going, Robert?
I'm going up to see my dad. We're going to get things started about getting him moved down here, over.
Wow, that's fantastic. It's always great to have more family down here. Is he up where? What part of the world is he in?
Missouri, there, over.
Oh yeah, I know a lady. Well, he'll be thrilled to death. He won't have to deal with snow no more.
Well, I don't know, but he recently got sick and said, I probably ought to get closer to you just in case something happens serious, because you can't get up here very fast. So I said, well, I've first put that thought in his head many years ago, but he didn't want to leave yet. But I think he's ready.
Hey, Roger on that. All right. Well, hey, good luck getting that all taken care of. Sorry you're going to miss the DeVry Hamfest, but then first weekend in April, we're down there in Tucson. That's always a good one.
Robert, WD something was trying to call you.
I'm sorry, QRZ, N7ED?
WD19, I think it was, or something.
QRZ, November 7, Victor Delta, over.
I think that's Steve. Steve, N7THW. Is that you?
Well, it wasn't me calling this time. It was somebody that was coming in really loud by me, and he was calling Robert when Steve, WHB, was talking.
Robert, did you hear Steve?
Yes, of course I heard Steve. He's telling me that somebody else is trying to call me. So QRZ, November 7, Victor Delta. Anyway, nothing heard. So Jim, we'll hopefully get him. I don't know. I may be trying to get him down here because I'm flying up there to take care of things for him, sell his car, come up with a plan for his furniture, and then either the next weekend or I'd like to do the next weekend would be drive up there and pick him up with all the electronics and such back over the next couple days, because it's 2 days up, 2 days back. Okay, I'm over.
2 up and 2 back. Man, you're beating yourself up. That's 1,400 miles one way.
Roger. Well, done it many times before. We'll do it, and obviously won't have to worry about it. But we already have a deposit down on an apartment for him here at the Las Palmas Senior Center, which